easy for businesses as well.
Upon identifying the database problem, Mr. Koim and his team at the IRC have been trying to understand how many businesses are there in their existing database and which ones are actually paying taxes. The ones that do not pay taxes have gradually been identified as well, and action will be taken accordingly.
There's certain taxpayers or certain businesses and companies that I really want to check whether they're paying tax or not. And some really surprised me, some didn't surprise me. But one thing that kind of struck me was the lack of information we had on businesses. And that's something that I realized that as a tax office, the value of data that's been ignored. So we've had instances where people they process the returns and then they lump them somewhere there, and the returns are not in a position where it's retrievable.
The IRC is now working closely with the Investment Promotion Authority to also identify businesses that have registered business names and have tax identification numbers from the IRC but are not paying taxes.
If the businesses do not have a TIN number, the IFMS payment system will reject the payment. So we've gone through more than 230,000 payments, suppliers that supply business to the IFMS payment system through 43 government entities, and then we've cleansed the data and identified 30,000 of them, and those are already registered. So if you're doing business with the government, the next time you receive your payment, after we launch the product, you will see that your GST component is withheld, and then that will be wired to us. And when it comes to your time to submit the returns, you'll submit it. So this is a product that is working well. We're looking at identifying all the leakages and preventing it.
Mr. Koim says in aiming to create a level and fair playing field for businesses in the country, the IRC is challenged in trying to close the compliance gap and increase the tax collection base. He urged businesses operating in the country to cooperate with the IRC and pay what is due.
One of the things that we've done, and some of the businesses were quite concerned, is proving to be working really well. I was 1 month old when we put a stop to unverified GST credits offset against the salary wages tax. This has resulted in 30 million kina each month increase. So last year we collected extra 300 million as a result of that. Taxpayers were pumping our system with inflated unverified GST credits, and then they can easily offset against a salary wages tax. And our officers today understanding was, if I'm asked to pay a refund, then I have to audit or verify properly. But if I'm asked to just simply offset it, I don't need to verify anything. So just pressing the button doesn't lose value.
Dennis Orere, National EMTV News.